So we are now into our last, 20 minutes or so?
We are. It must be break time or snack
It
time
must be.
because the noise level has increased in a good way.
Yeah. And there's probably desserts over there. And we even had some drinks dropped off for us.
Yeah, Mark Hoffman has been bringing us random drinks throughout the day, so we'll see if what our risk appetite is of taking drinks from strangers.
Mine's sealed, so I'm not too worried.
Yeah, mine is. I gotta make sure there's nothing on the top or the bottom.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark Hoffman. We appreciate that.
So it's been quite an interesting 10 hours.
It has been.
A lot of talk about one of the biggest things that I've noticed a lot is, and it's been, you and I have talked about this, that for me, we're starting to look at ourselves as, taking care of ourselves and looking at resilience and where that starts. We can't talk about resilience and push resilience out there to others when we don't have it ourselves and we're not taking care of ourselves. And that's come out quite a few times now.
Yes.
And I'm a big believer in that. And I know I'm going to be speaking on that topic, personal resilience, at a couple of upcoming conferences, of which you'll be there. So hopefully you'll be in at least one of those sessions and making faces at me at the back of the room.
But I believe I am introducing your session, so I will be
right.
at
Yes.
that session.
That's right. Yes, yes. But I find that it's one of the biggest things that's people are starting to grasp.
Yes.
We got to look at ourselves, and because I'm a firm believer that all good things start within, and we propagate that out, and we teach other people, and we influence other people, and they start to change themselves, who then carry that on to others. And I think it's really interesting that we're now starting to really look at ourselves, especially with the topic that you brought up earlier when it came to things like burnout, that we have to stop, and look at ourselves.
Yeah, that definitely stood out to me over the last 2 days. And then also the topic of AI, but not as I expected. We've talked about earlier, everyone's slapping AI on everything. And it's either like a marketing term or like a chicken little sky is falling term. We've had a lot of conversations about AI more thoughtfully than I expected. What does this really mean? I can certainly see why Shane's speech resonated with the audience based on what he talked about. And here are ways to leverage AI. And are you considering the privacy aspect? So much more nuanced conversations about AI than I expected, which is exciting.
Yeah, and taking some of that fear of AI out of it. Like it's not something to be feared. You're not going to be taken over. This isn't going to be some Hollywood movie where the robots take over, that kind of thing.
And if they do, we welcome our robot overlords.
Yes, thank you very much.
As a new sponsor and partner of our live broadcasts.
Yes. That's good. That's a good one. I want to do something a little bit different, change gears.
Yes.
You and I have done quite a few This Week in Business Continuity episodes.
We have. They've gone away for a while, but we've been a little busy.
We've been a little bit busy with a few things, Speak and Spark, etc. So I want to do something that we haven't done in a long time. And
fantastic.
Going through a little bit of a lightning round. I have 10 quick questions for you to choose from and to get your responses. We used to do this for fun at the end of our episodes.
And we used to talk about our books too. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, I've read about 100 books since the last time we did that. I can't remember half the titles, but the pile is still there. So you ready?
I am ready. Let's do it.
Okay. Macaroni and cheese or spaghetti and sauce?
Macaroni and cheese all day.
Hot dogs or hamburger?
Hot dog.
The color blue or yellow?
Blue.
Favorite pet, dog or cat?
Oh my God. I used to be a dog guy and somehow I'm inexplicably a cat guy, which is one of the biggest surprises of my life. So right now, Walter the cat. Cat.
Okay, well then we're done now. I'm not going to. No, I'm just kidding.
And that's it.
Ocean or swimming pool?
Ocean.
Paper books or ebooks?
Paper. I'm an old man. Of course I have paper books. Are you kidding me?
Me too. I still love dog earring pages. I still
buy, and everyone's like, don't you have an e-reader? No, I'm an old man. I want to hold the book in my hand.
That's
Old
interesting.
man all day.
I have an e-reader for fantasy books and things like that. That's where for entertainment. But when it comes to leadership, business, anything, learning books, they all have to be physical.
I have an iPad. I only use it when I'm on an airplane to watch TV and movies. That's how I block out time. No internet connection on the plane. Just let me watch something.
Okay, for travel, car or train?
I mean, I'm an American. We don't have public transportation. So I would like to say train, but unfortunately, I can't even remember the last time I was on a train. So I'm going to go car.
Mickey Mouse or Donald Duck?
Donald Duck, definitely.
Speak or spark?
I think based on we talking about that I'm not the introverts. I think I'm speak and you're spark.
I think that's a good way of putting it too. And last one, I hope you remember this one: Pinky or the brain?
I do remember Pinky and the brain. I think at the start of yesterday I was the brain, and now 10 hours later I'm definitely Pinky.
Pinky all the way. Pinky all the
Yes.
way.
So yesterday, Alex, we talked about best swag at the conference.
Yes.
I'm very focused on best swag. I have to think based on popularity, it's the Quadamodo Solutions Rubik's Cube.
Oh yeah.
I've seen more people with the Rubik's Cube around than any other piece of swag.
Reliving the original frustration all over again.
Yes. So congrats to them, but that is the swag that I have seen the most and the swag that I've seen everywhere.
Wonder if did you get one?
I did not get one.
We should see if we should get one.
Oh, we're definitely getting one.
Yeah.
They have a big tower of them
Yeah, there's still lots there.
right there.
Yeah.
Yes, throw one over here. Absolutely.
Wait, what? Two. We need two. Yeah, you got one.
No,
no, you got to give me one.
We need a clean one.
We need a clean one.
Tara, hook us up.
We need a clean one.
Yeah, I'm not that
Clean
smart.
one. Yeah, I'm not that good.
All right. So for those of you on camera, see, this one's already, there we go.
There you go.
I'm never
That
going to
was a
touch
good one.
this. This is the swag of the conference.
This is our favorite swag.
It is.
There we go.
Congratulations. They have their logo on it.
Yeah,
I like that.
like that.
So that is
Favorite swag.
that's my swag of the conference. Certainly have not seen Rubik's Cubes
No,
before. It's up there with the Frisbee.
it'll
know.
frustrate me just like it did the first time it came out. I can't even do the ones that are, they're 4x4.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can't even do those right.
I think we can get to that for you. We'll start small, one by one, or to something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's already solved.
So, James, what are you looking forward to for the next conference?
So the next DRJ or the next conference?
Or let's say DRJ, sorry.
Okay, so the next DRJ Spring will be back in Orlando. I'm going to look up the dates for you because I'm not going to lie, I forgot the dates.
It'll be interesting to see for me where some of the topics that have come out from our guests, the personal resilience and the reflection, the AI, bringing new people forward and being open to new ideas, leveraging technology, what gets said, 6 months for 6 months, roughly 6 months down the road. And like, are we progressing in that area? Are there new things that have cropped up that we need to look at? The polycrises that cropped up quite a bit too. How are we dealing with that? Do we have ideas on how to deal with that? That people have gone through and maybe figure out, hey, how did you manage all those things all at once? What did you do? What's your secret?
Absolutely. So I'm looking forward. So March 17th to 20th in Orlando. So starting with St. Patrick's Day, which could be fun.
I can already see that.
A couple of things I'm thinking. So it'll be the DRJ Spring will be my last time on the DRJ advisory board. It'll have been 4 years, and I roll off and turn into a pumpkin. So that will be bittersweet. I'm looking forward to two things, curious about two things. Like you said, what has advanced with AI, not from a marketing standpoint, but a practical standpoint. And then the other thing, Cheyenne touched on it a little bit at the start of our broadcast. A few months ago, we were told that there was a recession and the economy was going to end and the world was ending. And you saw organizations slow down hiring and make investment and purchase decisions based on a recession. We have not had that.
No.
I'm not saying we won't have. We have historically a recession every 8 to 10 years. So that does happen. It always happens. I'll be curious if it happens between now and DRJ spring. And as Cheyenne mentioned, there's been this investment across the board in business continuity, in resilience, in compensation for our profession. And certainly, if there's a recession, that'll slow down. But will it slow down proportionally to other industries, or will it be an imbalance?
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see what happens, especially considering in some respects, we are still coming out of a pandemic. We're still trying to find our footing in many respects. But at the same time, the pandemic has also widened or opened up the eyes of corporate leadership and individuals to what we do. So it'll be interesting to see, if we do have some sort of a recession or if the pandemic is we're just going through some of those aftershocks, of, something's going to happen, something bad's going to happen. Or is it now that people are saying that because they have experienced so many years now of bad things occurring and news headlines over and over again, of bad things happening. So now it's ingrained in their heads to say, yeah, something's going to happen soon, which is something we kind of really wanted people to start thinking.
Exactly.
And now they are, and now it's going to be interesting to see what are we going to do about it. How are we going to walk them through some of these situations and have an understanding? Don't panic. We can do this. We can put things in place to manage all these things coming out of the pandemic and reading all these headlines and things that happened. Poly crises. We're here. We've always been here, and I think now we've got a greater visibility to be able to really shepherd people through those kind of things.
Absolutely. I was just thinking about the first time you and I ever spoke on your podcast. I think we talked about many things. One of them that we talked about was climate change, and everything else we talked about is really not applicable 5 years later, or 6 years later, or 7 years later, whatever. But that one still is, and it seems to be a topic. It's not going away as a topic because it's not going away as an issue.
Yeah. In fact, it seems to be all signs it's increasing.
Yep.
I mentioned to you before we started broadcasting today of the flood that happened in Libya.
Yes.
Where they had a huge storm that so much rain fell that it broke 2 dams on a river and wiped out. The last I saw, it was half to 3/4 of a town, and it looked like the tsunami in Japan afterwards. And there's no power, communications are down again, which seems to be obviously a reoccurring theme every time we talk about these things. And it all comes down to storms that, are again 1 in 100 years, and it's all coming down to climate change.
1 in 10 days.
Yeah.
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 Absolutely. So before we go off the air, I want to just kind of thank the team at DRJ, the event team, especially Bob Arnold, Leslie Vineyard, John, the whole team. They are incredible partners of ours. What I love about Bob Arnold, anytime I come to him with an idea, no matter how outlandish, he will at least sit down and discuss it. And more often than not, he says yes. And our broadcast here in Phoenix is because of one of those yeses.
Yep.
So we are thankful to Bob and the team. They provide us a lot of resources, a lot of help prior to the conference in the background. We wouldn't be able to do these broadcasts without them. So I know Bob's not listening because he's a little busy right now.
Just a tad.
Just a tad.
Yeah.
But thank you to Bob and his team.
Yeah, thank you, Bob. And thanks. I also want to thank the Voice America team for stepping up and helping us out here as well. And us nagging them, for weeks at a time,
Months.
nonstop, with all different kinds of things. We want this, we want that. This is what we expect, but they managed it and we got it happening and we pulled it off. So thanks to them, and especially Andrew and Aaron, who are on site today helping
Absolutely.
us out. And we even got to learn about Aaron's love life. Aha!
We
See, I
learned-
told you we'd bring it up.
We did learn about Aaron's love life and snack habits.
Yep.
They're both very important.
Yes.
So, and like we had 10,000 incidents yesterday, it balanced out because I don't want to say we've had 0 incidents today because we have 2 minutes left and the power will go out. But we've had less incidents today than we did yesterday. And I'll leave it. That's as much risk as I'm willing to take.
Yeah.
Without jinxing the entire city of Phoenix. Before we wrap up, I do want to mention again, thank you to this hour's sponsor, ResCube.
Yes.
ResCube improves the efficiency, effectiveness, and adaptability of your organization's continuity and resilience strategies by de-risking key staff working remotely. With an increasing number of staff working remotely, vulnerabilities in operations become apparent. And by seamlessly integrating an uninterruptible power supply, robust internet connectivity, and remote management visibility, ResCube addresses this critical aspect by bolstering the resilience of remote operations. Thank you, ResCube, Damaji, Andrew, the team. The ResCube unit, I think it is interesting, Alex, too, that they actually designed it to be in the home. So it is sleek. A lot of times when people put a corporate asset in a home, it's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. The ResCube is there. I'm looking at it again. They're taking it away now. It's sleeker than I thought, and I wouldn't be embarrassed if it was in my home. And I can't wait when I go camping next year that hopefully they send us some ResCube nomads to field test.
I am going to ask him about it for real. I really am going
part
to.
of our contract.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, we could film it first time we turn it on or something. Who knows?
All right, Alex.
So
for whom the bell tolls, there's a bell tolling.
No,
which
session's starting soon.
Session's starting soon, and the party's over for us.
And we're ending. So final thank you to everyone at DRJ, everyone at the hotel, Voice America, and of course, all our sponsors. We really appreciate you putting your faith in us, all our guests that stopped by. And finally, my big thank you to you for being a co-host and friend and putting up with me, including my craziness at the beginning of yesterday.
It's been a blast. Every time I'm with you, we are preparing for the unexpected, certainly, but I've enjoyed every minute of it.
Wonderful. And on that note, stay prepared, everybody.
If you like that video, thumbs up. If you didn't like that video, thumbs down. But leave me a message and let me know your thoughts. Of course, don't forget to subscribe. And in the meantime, stay prepared, everybody.